is the mecca of sports. Like, this is the place where innovation happens. This is the place where techniques are invented. Walking through those hallways for the first time and seeing the jerseys, you're like, it really has a profound impact on you. The resources are limitless, and I think myself and all the fellows feel super fortunate to have these tools at our disposal whenever we need.
I chose the Steadman Philippon Research Institute for my fellowship because I feel that the training here is unparalleled, and really, to me, there was no other option. The Surgical Skills Lab is honestly such an invaluable part of this training program. I'm definitely a better surgeon thanks to it. My co-fellows are all amazing. I feel honestly forever indebted to them because of how gracious they were. When I first started with a newborn, they really all kind of rallied around. I think this year is obviously one I am going to remember forever.
I've had an outstanding experience seeing patients in the office, helping out with the surgeries, research. Vail Mountain has been great to be able to ski in the wintertime. I think all of the fellows got an epic pass this year. My peers have taught me a lot. They're all very hardworking, very intelligent, very skilled surgically. So it's been one of the best experiences being able to get to know each and every one of them on a personal basis.
When I was trying to identify a fellowship, the one term that I kept going back to was opportunity. And I just wanted a place that would have opportunity, whether it be operating room, clinical, working in the lab. It's never been an answer of no to me. It's just been an opportunity for me to get better. All the attendings here have been great in terms of being mentors. And it's just developed relationships over the course of the year that I feel like I'm gonna have throughout the rest of my career.
Steadman is unique in all that it has to offer. And I think it really gives you kind of a comprehensive opportunity to become a better surgeon in general, but also a better orthopedic surgeon that most other sports programs do not offer. The facilities that they have here, the resources, the clinical and research support staff just allows us to do research that you can't do anywhere else. Learning from the thought leaders in those particular fields, obviously it's an incredible opportunity to learn from them.
So I think the two main things that make this fellowship different are the complexity of the cases that you see on a regular basis, and then also the number of high-level athletes that come through this clinic. My co-fellows, they've been like the best teammates that anyone could ever imagine. So it's been really easy to lean on them and go through this together.
My year has been the best, year of training. Dr. Philippon and Dr. Matta gave me license to pursue my own interests. I remember reading their papers from residency and thinking that I'll never meet them in a million years. Here they are just, sitting talking to 20 or 30 of us at grand rounds.
The fellowship year has been everything I kind of asked for in a fellowship. I really wanted to come here. I was excited to even get interviewed here. And so to actually wind up matching has been, a really phenomenal experience. Between the research opportunities, the ability to work very closely with such famous orthopedic doctors, and also to work with incredible co-fellows. Those were all the main draws for me to come out here. You kind of sometimes pinch yourself. You're like, what am I doing here?
The most special thing about being a fellow at the Steadman Philippon Research Institute is the relationship you get to build with our attendings. These are names that are known throughout the world, but they learn our names. An amazing memory from my time here was getting to ski with the Millet family. And I learned that he is maybe even faster on the slopes than he is in a rotator cuff repair. I absolutely need to thank my wonderful wife, Lindsay, for coming along this long journey. My daughters, Maggie and Eleanor, have been incredibly brave to move across the country for this year in the mountains, and I know that they've enjoyed it.
I want to thank my family for always being there for me, being my crutch, being my rock. My wife, Salma, throughout all this. Raising 3 kids by herself is not the easiest task in the world.
So I would like to thank my husband. He has been on this journey with me for a very long time. It's so amazing that we've been able to have this year here together, and I would not be here without his support.
Thank you so much to my wife, Tamana, for always being there for me. We've been doing long distance for the year. Definitely looking forward to being together in Nashville again. I also want to thank my mom and dad.
My wife, Vicky, has been on this journey with me since the very beginning. And we're very fortunate to have 2 adorable children, Olivia and Charlotte, who are both here this year. I wouldn't have been able to do it without all the support in my family.
My wife has been my family's rock this year, and honestly, all of my medical training. She's been totally selfless, so I couldn't have done it without her.
I'd like to thank my wife, Kim, and my daughters, Rose and Annabelle, for coming out. It's been a very good experience.
Would very much like to thank my wife for all her support. I just love her dearly.
I want to thank my wife for making such a massive trip all the way from New York City all the way to Vail. This has kind of been an extended, honeymoon for us because we've never lived anywhere like this. And we've made this year really special, so special thanks to Jess.
There are wonderful places to learn how to do surgery and do orthopedic research, but this was the place where they put patients first, and that's when I knew I wanted to be here.
The team approach here is really phenomenal, and that's something I really hope to bring to my practice next year.
I will hear their voices in my head forever going forward as a surgeon, and really they have helped shape the clinician that I'm going to be.
Ever since I got here, all of these sports fellows have welcomed me into their families, and it's really been a community.
There hasn't been a single time this year when somebody's needed help that somebody hasn't stepped up. So it's an incredibly selfless group.
Because of the community in Vail is so small, you see people who you took care of their children in the hospital, at the supermarket. It makes you feel part of the fabric of the community.
Yeah, any chairlift you get on, you'll meet one of Dr. Viola's patients. It's amazing.
Having had the great training here, I feel very confident going forward as being an attending.
To constantly live up to an expectation and then more so than not exceed expectations. How many organizations can actually say that they do that?